Hi, my name is Ludwig. I'm gonna compete in the world's biggest cooking competition, Bocuse. But everything starts here with the Swedish products.
We should try this two first, then afterward we try this one as well. It's a little bit special one.
It's strong in the flavor, but it's still fresh and crispy.
Exactly.
Satt ju på en gång den här. Swedish cooking has always been connected to nature. We have learned to work with season and how to preserve it. Today, I will let you tag along and create a dish based on the Swedish ingredients and flavors. I think I'm gonna cook a really nice dish with some blue tail mussel, Jerusalem artichokes, some sunchokes, and maybe some bleak roe. Later on, we're gonna hit my test kitchen. Right now, I'm just looking for some new inspiration and this beautiful food hall. We have real nice fish, vegetables, and you name it. We're gonna see what we can find.
Here we have from Sweden, we have the pike perch from the sea glan, and then we have the perch, then we have the herrings, the Baltic Sea herrings. It's not often today we see them like this, the whole fish.
I have idea to do some blue mussel.
Yeah.
And I think when I think about Sweden, the West Coast and everything, I think the blue mussel
the blue mussel is
really nice.
Actually perfect. Fortunately, that's the mussel we get today from the West Coast.
It's big ones as well, huh?
Yeah, they are quite big.
Blue mussel is probably one of my favorite ingredients in Sweden because you can do so much different things. The stock is beautiful, you can smoke them, cook them, just put it on the barbecue. It's one of my favorites. Tack snälla. Hi!
Hello there.
I'm looking for some nice Swedish products in season.
So we have a green cabbage, we have Brussels sprouts, white cabbage, black cabbage, all of those parts.
Can I try one of those?
Absolutely.
Brussels sprouts is so nice because it's quite strong in the flavor, but it's still fresh and crispy.
Exactly.
When you eat it raw, you have these fantastic flavors and the deepness and everything. But then you cook it, it's become so sweet.
Exactly.
I love it a lot. This is going to be a perfect complement for my dish today. Just to have this raw Brussels sprout on top of the dish, this crispiness and everything is going to be perfect.
So the nice things about Swedish produce at this time of the year is that we have this kale, cabbage, onions, a lot of things that grow underground, and it's also products that we can keep all year around because they're quite steady, hard, and so they contain a lot of time.
I think I just want to finish up with a turnip, and then I think I'm done. Thank you. Next up, we're going to meet my old friend Anders. We go way back together. We're competing in the culinary team before, and he's an expert on caviar and roe. So let's go in. Tja!
Tjena, läget? I prepared some different roes for you from Sweden, so we can try and see where we are going and what you need and what I can do for you.
I want to make a dish with some cooked blue mussel, some golden cooked artichoke, quite creamy. It's going to be interesting to see what we can do with the roe.
I think that we should try this two first, because I think this will fit best to your dish. And then afterward we try this one as well. It's a little bit special one.
All right.
One is from the Kalix area, which are a really special area. You have 3 different floods going down to make the sea water very clear. Very nice texture, always 4% salt, and it's produced after 24 hours when you have picked the fish from the water. Some crispiness in the grains.
What is the difference with this one?
I mean, the difference in the production is actually nothing. The difference is where it's coming from. So this one is coming from a little bit more south part of the Botanian Sea. Sometimes this one has a little bit smaller eggs. And then we have this one. This is trout roe, also produced in the same areas as these two.
This is such a big difference about all these 3 rows. When you eat it, it's pop really beautiful in your mouth. I like it a lot. And then for me, it's really interesting to try 2 different bleak roe just next to each other. But for me, I should say that the Kalix lamb is something else. It's something special inside. You just feel it. It's much colder in the water in Kalix, right?
Yeah, it is.
And I think that's do something to roe, so it's much more clear and it's fresh and crispy. I love it.
I mean, the important things when you talk about bleak roe or Venadis roe, especially Kalix lamb, it's coming from a really, really clear water, and it's really cold, and it's from this area, which makes the great flavor and texture of of the eggs.
I can understand why it's so famous around the world. This is probably the Swedish gold when it comes to ingredients in Sweden. All right, this is gonna be perfect. Thanks again, Anders.
Of course, it's a pleasure, right?
Yeah, see you next time.
See you next time.
Right, bye. I've seen so much nice Swedish ingredients, and I'm gonna make a really nice dish with some blue mussel, artichoke, some cabbage, and finish off with a fantastic bleak roe. When I create the dish, I'm doing it in two ways: the flavors or how it's look like. If I just have a nice picture of a fantastic plate, then I just can create some flavors inside. Otherwise, I have fantastic flavors, combinations, and then I create how it's gonna look like in the plate. So I'm gonna cook the mussel, really classic in white wine with some garlic and herbs. And then I'm gonna make a sauce out of the artichoke. I'm gonna start with onion, some garlic, and some thyme. Just cook it so it's become nice and soft. Then I'm gonna add some blue shell. Just make sure it's really hot, and then we're gonna finish with the white wine. Put on the lid and just let it cook for a couple of minutes. For me, when I create a dish, it's really important that we have ingredients that actually compare to each other. You have the blue mussel, the sweet, high umami. I want to have this peppery turnip. I have the saltiness from the bleak roe and the creaminess from the artichoke. Wow, the smell is really nice. So now we can see the blue mussels. Everybody's open. Just take it up here from this lovely stock. So now I'm just gonna strain the stock and then just continue to reduce it roughly 50%. Sometimes when you're competing, you need to use some of the different ingredients, and sometimes you can use whatever you want. In this case, these small cacciofinis we have to use in the Bocuse store. I always try to do some new stuff. Like this, for example, just gonna make an oil of it. I found this really beautiful turnip at the market today. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with it, but I think I want it raw. And I think I'm gonna try to add some fermented kohlrabi. In Sweden, it's really important that we preserve different kind of ingredients because we don't have it all year round. And for my opinion, it's something different, something else, some happening with the flavor. It's much more deeper, and take it from the summer and then you can create a menu or a dish in the winter time. Love it. I have one more thing I want to try into the dish. It's white fermented asparagus. Still have crispiness inside. They have a natural acidic and saltiness. I think it's gonna be perfect. And this is the vendor's roe that we get from our friend Anders. So it's gonna finish off this little crown on the dish. When you create a dish, you always, eating with your eyes first. So it's look nice, then 50% is already done. So this is onion flowers. They are really intense in the flavor of onion. Training for Bocuse means perfecting details, but it's also about honoring where I come from. Swedish ingredients are humble, but there are no limitations to what you can create. That's what inspired me. I'm gonna finish the sauce. This is the mayo I make of the artichoke oil that we make before. I'm gonna mix it down to the blue mussel stock, have reduced almost 50%. Just gonna make sure the salt and acidity is right, and then I'm gonna put it in a siphon. Satt ju på en gång där. And when you work with the siphon, you always need to test it before you put it in the plate. Looks perfect. So right now we just reheat all the ingredients that we're gonna put in the bottom of the plate. For me, innovation, it's not about showing off, it's about curiosity. How can I take these ingredients, taste as good as possible? You need to push your limit, you need to train every day, and you need to find the new ways to make a nice dish. Swedish cooking has always been connected to nature. Fresh seafood, wild berries, and game. We have learned to work with season and how to preserve it. That's what I think makes Swedish gastronomy so interesting. As a Swedish Bocuse store candidate, I'm taking those traditions and pushing them to the next level. It's a really Swedish dish. Sweden in one plate.